Space travel is an incredible feat of human ingenuity. However, it comes with its own set of challenges. One of the most fascinating aspects of space travel is how it affects the human body. Our senses, so accustomed to Earth's environment, behave quite differently in the weightlessness of space. Imagine floating in a spaceship, your body weightless. You try to smell the freshly baked cookies you used to enjoy back home, but something is amiss. Your sense of smell is dulled. This is just one of the many strange ways space can mess with your senses. In the microgravity environment of space, fluids in the body shift upwards. This leads to a condition commonly known as puffy face. This puffiness affects the sinuses, which are air-filled cavities in the skull. Since smell is closely linked to taste, this nasal congestion can also make food taste bland. Astronauts often report that food tastes different in space. Some even say their favorite foods become unappetizing. Imagine a bottle of water turned upside down. On Earth, gravity pulls the water down. In space, without gravity, the water would distribute evenly. The same thing happens to fluids in our bodies in microgravity. This even distribution of fluids is known as fluid shift. It is one of the most noticeable effects of space travel on the human body. Astronauts often have a puffy face and bird legs upon arriving in space. This is because the fluids, normally pulled down by gravity, have shifted upwards. This fluid shift has a direct impact on an astronaut's sense of thirst. When the body senses a high volume of fluids in the upper body, it interprets this as sufficient hydration. This leads to a decreased sensation of thirst. This can be dangerous if astronauts don't consciously consume enough fluids. Dehydration can lead to various health issues, impacting mission success and the astronaut's well-being. The human body is an amazing machine, but it needs our help to function properly, especially in the extreme environment of space. In microgravity, our bodies are tricked into thinking we're more hydrated than we actually are. This is due to the fluid shift we talked about earlier. To combat this, astronauts rely on strict schedules to maintain proper hydration. Imagine having to remind yourself to drink water throughout the day. That's the reality for astronauts. But it's not just about drinking enough water. The body's hormonal balance is also affected in space. These hormonal changes play a role in regulating fluid balance. This further contributes to the decreased sense of thirst. Astronauts work closely with medical teams on Earth to monitor their hydration levels. They use special tools to measure their intake and output. This ensures they are consuming enough fluids to stay healthy. Section 4. A matter of taste. We've already talked about how fluid shift can affect the sense of smell, which in turn impacts the way food tastes in space. However, there's more to the story. The environment of the International Space Station, where astronauts spend months at a time, also plays a role in altering taste perception. Imagine living in a confined space with recycled air. The ISS, while a marvel of technology, has a unique odor. This constant exposure to a mixture of smells can further dull the sense of taste. To combat this sensory dullness, astronauts often turn to condiments. Just like people on Earth might add salt and pepper to enhance flavor, astronauts rely on condiments to make their food more palatable. Spicy foods, with their strong flavors, are particularly popular. Condiments like hot sauce provide a much-needed boost to the taste buds. They help astronauts enjoy their meals and maintain a healthy appetite. Section 5. Water everywhere, recycled. Water is a precious resource, especially in space. Transporting water to the ISS is expensive and logistically challenging. To address this, the ISS has a remarkable water recycling system. This system, known as the Environmental Control and Life Support System, or ECLSS, is a marvel of engineering. It collects and recycles almost all the water used on board. This includes everything from urine and sweat to the moisture from breath. The ECLSS is highly efficient, recovering about 98% of the water used on the station. This means that the water you drink today might have been someone else's sweat yesterday. Before you wrinkle your nose, rest assured that the water goes through rigorous purification processes. It is perfectly safe and clean to drink. This incredible system allows astronauts to have a sustainable water supply. It also reduces the need for frequent resupply missions from Earth.